This week, we'll take you to the Rocky Fire that occurred in the community of Mead Valley, and the team stopped at the department's Wildland In-Service Training in Twin Pines Ranch.
Engine 1 with report on conditions.
Hey everyone, I'm Captain Philip Hanal, and thanks for joining us on today's episode of Report on Conditions. We're going to kick this episode off in Twin Pines.
Each year, CAL FIRE Riverside Unit personnel and partner agencies come together for Wildland In-Service Training, an essential part of preparing for the demands of fire season. Hosted at Twin Pines Ranch, this training is made possible through the continued support of ranch owner Michael Drake, whose partnership allows crews to train in realistic, challenging conditions. CAL FIRE's Wildland In-Service program emphasizes intensive interagency year-round readiness. From the interagency basic wildland firefighter tactics to advanced field exercises, firefighters sharpen the skills needed to operate safely and effectively on the fire line. Company officers also take part in critical command simulations, where they assume the role of the initial incident commander. In these scenarios, they are responsible for size-up, establishing command, developing strategy, ordering resources, and initiating an effective initial attack. These simulations reinforce decision-making under pressure and ensure leaders are prepared to manage incidents from the moment they arrive on scene. Crews operate in steep, rocky terrain where precision, strength, and constant situational awareness are critical. Chainsaw operations play a vital role, clearing vegetation, removing hazards, and opening access for handline construction. On uneven ground, sawyers maintain solid footing, manage kickback risks, and communicate clearly to keep operations safe and coordinated. Equally demanding are hose lays, pushed uphill across rugged slopes. Firefighters advance line, step by step, securing hose, managing water flow, and navigating loose rock and sharp elevation changes. Every moment requires balance, teamwork, and determination. Through hands-on exercises like handline construction and mobile attack tactics, crews build the experience and confidence needed to meet the challenges of peak fire season head-on. This is more than training. It's preparation, leadership, partnership, and a shared commitment to protecting lives, property, and California's natural resources.
I'd like to thank all our cooperators that came out and assisted in our training: Pechanga Fire, Morongo Fire, Soboba Fire, Palm Springs, Marietta, Corona, and Riverside City.
Let's look into the department's call stats from April 20th through May 3rd. Throughout that date range, firefighters responded to a total of 8,088 calls for service, of which 6,211 were medical emergencies and 208 were fire-related calls. Let's check out what some of these incidents looked like. On Monday, April 20th, dispatchers received reports of a vehicle over the side of eastbound Highway 60 near the intersection of Town Circle and Center Point Drive in Moreno Valley. First arriving engine company officer discovered one red sedan on its roof that had fallen about 15 feet, with both patients having self-extricated from the vehicle. Suffering from major injuries, both patients were transported via ground ambulance to a local area hospital. At around 10:30 a.m., firefighters were called to multiple reports of a residential structure fire in the 17,400 block of Baker Street in Lake Elsinore. The first arriving engine company officer reported a fully involved structure with flames spreading into the surrounding vegetation. In addition, multiple outbuildings and vehicles were also involved in fire. Firefighters were able to verify that all occupants of the residence were evacuated. Crews contained the fire to the structure of origin, 3 outbuildings, and 5 vehicles, and kept the vegetation fire at under an acre. Crews remained on scene for about 7 hours, performing salvage and overhaul. Lake Elsinore's Building and Safety Division were called to red tag the structure. During the midday hours on Sunday, April 26, reports were received of a potential vegetation fire occurring near the intersection of Avenue 67 and Lincoln Street in Mecca. The first on-scene engine company officer reported about an acre burning in heavy fuels at a moderate rate of spread. Due to a threat to power lines, Imperial Irrigation District was contacted for potential repairs. Fortunately, firefighters were able to stop the forward rate of spread and contain the fire at around 1:30 p.m. Crews remained committed for another 4 to 5 hours performing mop-up. Just before noon on Wednesday, April 29th, firefighters were called to multiple reports of a vegetation fire near the intersection of Cajelco Road and Wood Road in Mead Valley. The first arriving chief officer confirmed about 3 to 4 acres burning, with the potential for 10 acres. With an aggressive and coordinated fire attack between air and ground resources, crews stopped the forward progress of the flames at just over 4 acres. Firefighters remained committed to the incident for about 4.5 hours, completing control lines and conducting heavy mop-up.
I teach children from 6 months and up to self-rescue in the water, so that's learning how to navigate the water safely. I'm Lauren Rivers, and I am a certified swim survival instructor. Drowning is one of the leading causes of deaths from kids 1 to 4, and 70% of those drownings happen during non-swim times. If you're talking a backyard pool, trying to make that as safe as you can for your child, the number one thing is barriers, an actual physical barrier around the pool or body of water, whether it's a pond, whatnot, high locks on any doors that can lead to the pool, alarms that chime when the door is opened or a window's open, or even doggy doors, and then moving any chairs, tables, whatnot that kids can use to stand on to be able to open that fence. You should always either hire a lifeguard, a certified lifeguard, someone who's been through the training, a CPR certified, lifeguard certified, a designated water watcher. Whether it's a family member, they know for that hour they're watching the water, and that's their sole job. Someone should always be eyes on the water. Drowning does not look like what people think. It's silent and it's fast. That's when an emergency plan in place is going to be key. There's people that know how to do CPR, and they can pull that person out. They can designate somebody to call 911, go outside, meet the fire engine, bring them back to the pool, and they can take over from there. But shortening that time frame because you have a phone available on the pool deck for someone to use in an emergency, and somebody else being able to start CPR right away has been the difference between life and death for a lot of these kids.
We'd like to congratulate the following individuals on their promotions. Congratulations, everyone. That's all for this week's Report on Conditions. Follow your firefighters in action on our social media at CalFireRRU and stay up to date on incidents happening countywide. If you caught any great footage of our firefighters at work or out in the community, send them to us at rrupio@fire.ca.gov. On behalf of your Public Affairs and Community Education Bureau, I'm Philip Pinal. Thanks for watching.